Chosen one, you are not failing because you are tired. You may simply have been carrying life for too long without allowing yourself to recover. There are mornings when your body gets out of bed before your heart has caught up. You wash your face, you answer the message, you make the meal, you complete the shift. You smile when someone asks how you are doing because explaining the truth would require energy you do not have. People call you strong because they see what you continue to do. They do not always see what continuing is costing you. Perhaps you have mistaken exhaustion for discipline. Perhaps you have believed that stopping for one honest moment would cause everything to collapse. So you keep moving, not because you are full of strength, but because movement feels safer than admitting that you need care. But rest is not surrender. It is not the burial of your dream. It is not evidence that your faith has disappeared. It is not a confession that everyone who doubted you was right. Sometimes rest is the quiet decision to protect the person who must continue the journey. And before this message ends, you will understand why stopping can feel more frightening than exhaustion, and how to begin again without returning to the pace that broke you. You do not have to destroy yourself to prove that you are committed. You are allowed to rest without giving up. Many people learn to describe faith only with the language of movement. Keep going. Push through. Do not stop. Fight until the door opens. Daniel lived by those words. Even when he lay in bed, his mind was still at work, replaying unfinished tasks, preparing tomorrow's conversations, and counting everything that could go wrong if he slowed down. He was not resting. He was worrying in a horizontal position. One evening, his young daughter asked him a simple question. "Why are you always tired when you are with me?" Daniel had no answer that made him proud. He had believed that constant effort proved his devotion. But the people he was working for were receiving only what remained after the work had consumed him. There is truth in perseverance. Some seasons require courage and another difficult step, but perseverance without restoration can become self-abandonment. Rest can be an expression of trust. It can say, "Everything does not depend on my uninterrupted effort. I will do what is mine to do, and I will not pretend to control what belongs to time, to other people, or to God." There is a difference between abandoning the path and giving yourself enough room to keep walking it. If rest feels uncomfortable, the discomfort may have a history. Maybe you were praised most when you were useful. You became the reliable child, the dependable friend, the employee who never complained, or the family member who could always manage one more problem. People noticed your output before they noticed you. Slowly, usefulness became safety. Achievement became identity. Being needed began to feel like being loved. Now, when you sit down, an old voice asks what you have earned the right to rest from. When you decline a request, you fear that people will discover you are not as generous as they believed. When someone else continues working, your own pause feels like evidence against you. But guilt is not always a trustworthy instruction. Sometimes guilt appears because you have done something harmful. It invites repair. At other times, guilt appears because you are changing a pattern that once kept you accepted. It does not always mean your new choice is wrong. It may mean your nervous system has not yet learned that you can be loved while unavailable. You do not need to insult your past self for surviving this way. That version of you learned how to earn approval, prevent conflict, and remain valuable in rooms where care may have been conditional. Thank that version for bringing you this far, then teach yourself something new. Your worth does not rise when your calendar is full. It does not disappear when you sleep. You are not more deserving of tenderness after completing every task than you were before you began. Rest may feel unfamiliar before it feels safe. Unfamiliar does not mean forbidden. The body often speaks before a person is ready to listen. It may speak through tension that never fully releases, sleep that does not feel restorative, forgotten meals, irritability, headaches, difficulty concentrating, or the strange emptiness of completing something that once brought satisfaction. These experiences can have many causes. Wisdom does not force every symptom into a spiritual explanation. When exhaustion persists, changes suddenly, or begins to interfere with daily life, seeking qualified care can be an act of wisdom, not a failure of faith. Daniel eventually stopped guessing and asked for help. The answer was not one dramatic breakthrough. It was a series of ordinary decisions: an appointment, an honest conversation at work, more consistent sleep, and accepting help from his family. Listening to his body did not make him weaker. It allowed him to stop fighting an invisible battle alone. Perhaps a long vacation is not available to you. Maybe you cannot leave your job, escape your responsibilities, travel somewhere beautiful, or spend an entire week in silence. Advice about rest can sound cruel when it assumes money, time, childcare, health, or freedom that a person does not have. But rest does not become meaningless because it is small. 5 minutes without a screen can be rest. Eating before you are shaking can be rest. Sitting while the water boils can be rest. Asking someone else to complete one appropriate task can be rest. Going to bed before every problem has been solved can be rest. Rest may be sensory, lowering the noise, dimming a light, stepping away from constant information. It may be physical, sleep, gentle movement, a comfortable chair, or releasing muscles you did not know were tense. It may be emotional, spending time with someone around whom you do not have to perform strength. It may be mental, writing tomorrow's tasks down so your mind does not have to hold them through the night. It may be spiritual, sitting in prayer without turning prayer into another assignment you must complete perfectly. Do not despise the rest that fits inside your actual life. A small opening can still let air into a crowded room. Begin with what is possible. Protect it without demanding that it transform you immediately. Rest is not another test to pass. It is care received in honest portions. Healthy rest is not disappearing and leaving someone else inside the crisis. It is preparing what you can, communicating what you cannot carry, and asking for help before exhaustion makes the decision for you. Consider the difference between two sentences. I cannot deal with any of this anymore, and I am reaching my limit. I can complete this part today, but I need help or more time for the rest. The first is an honest cry. The second begins to create a path. Rest is strongest when it is connected to truth. What truly must be done today? What only feels urgent? What can be shared? What could one honest conversation change? You do not need a perfect plan before you pause. You need enough clarity to make the pause restorative instead of avoidant, and enough humility to accept appropriate help. There will always be another task, another room to clean, another message to answer, another improvement to make. Another person whose opinion you could try to change. If rest begins only when everything is finished, rest may never begin. This is one of the hidden traps of exhaustion. It promises that relief is waiting just beyond the next accomplishment. Complete this week. Reach this number. Fix this relationship. Prove yourself one more time. Then you may stop. But the finish line moves. The person who believes rest must be earned often uses the last of their strength trying to become worthy of recovery. You do not have to collapse before your need becomes legitimate. You do not need a dramatic diagnosis, a public breakdown, or permission from someone who benefits from your overwork. You can notice that your capacity is decreasing and respond before a crisis makes the decision for you. This does not mean every desire to stop should be obeyed. Growth can be uncomfortable. Important work sometimes requires effort after motivation has faded. The question is not whether the path feels difficult, The question is whether your current way of walking it is harming the person you are becoming. Rest can protect devotion from turning into resentment. It can protect service from turning into bitterness. It can protect ambition from consuming the life ambition was supposed to improve. You are not a machine waiting for maintenance after failure. You are a life deserving care along the way. Constant movement can hide more than tiredness. It can hide grief, fear, anger, loneliness. A question about whether the life being pursued still fits the person pursuing it. When the noise decreases, these feelings may become louder. That does not mean rest is making things worse. It may mean stillness is revealing what hurry prevented you from hearing. Do not force yourself to solve everything that appears. Name what you can name. I am disappointed. I miss someone. I am afraid this will not work. I have been pretending that I am fine. I need support. An honest sentence can be the beginning of care. Rest does not always mean sitting alone with painful thoughts. It can also mean safe company, music, time outdoors, or a familiar routine that gives your mind somewhere gentle to return. The goal is not to perform peace. It is to create enough safety for truth to be approached without violence toward yourself. God is not frightened by the truth of your condition. You do not have to edit your exhaustion into a beautiful testimony before you bring it into prayer. You can arrive uncertain, distracted, angry, or without words. Silence does not always produce an answer. Sometimes it produces an honest question. That question may be where healing begins. When strength begins to return, you may feel pressure to repay the time you spent resting. You may fill the calendar again, answer every request, and rush back toward the pace that exhausted you. Familiar urgency can feel productive, even when it is rebuilding the same conditions. Begin again gently. Choose one necessary task. Give it your honest attention. Leave room around it if you can. Notice what your body and mind are telling you. Adjust without turning every adjustment into a judgment of your character. Recovery is rarely a straight line. A good day does not mean you imagined the difficult ones. A difficult day does not erase the progress you have made. Capacity can change, healing can be slow, plans can require revision. Gentleness is not the absence of discipline. It is discipline without cruelty. It asks you to build a pace that your actual life can carry, not a pace designed to impress people who will never live inside your body. Perhaps today you will do less, but do it with presence. Perhaps you will complete the appointment you have delayed. Ask one person for specific help. Eat something nourishing. Turn off one notification. Go to sleep at a reasonable time. Return to the project for 20 minutes instead of demanding 5 perfect hours. Small beginnings are not embarrassing. They are how many lasting things begin. You do not have to emerge from rest as a completely different person. You only need to return with a little more honesty about what you can carry, what you need, and what kind of life you are trying to build. Chosen one. Your story has not stopped because you needed to rest. There will still be responsibilities, conversations, and choices waiting for you. Rest will not make every problem disappear. It can help you meet reality with more of yourself available. So tonight, do not ask, how can I force myself to keep going? Ask, what would help me continue without abandoning myself? Let the answer be practical. Let it be small. Let it include other people when they are needed. Then take the next step when the next step becomes yours to take. You are allowed to pause. You are allowed to recover. You are allowed to begin again gently. Rest does not mean your story has stopped. It means you are caring for the person who must continue living it.